Guys, we already have another chapter of Dragon Ball Hakai available for you. But this chapter is a little different. As I mentioned in the video about the last Dragon Ball Hakai chapter, chapter 43, we're now starting a special story in Dragon Ball Hakai, telling the past of the Celestial Guardian Yamoshi, the Super Saiyan God. So today, we're kicking off this special story, diving deeper into the past of the Saiyan race in the Dragon Ball Hakai universe. I know you're probably eager to see the continuation of the main story, but don't worry. Dragon Ball Hakai Special, the story of Yamoshi, is a short story, expected to be only 3 or at most 4 chapters long. So the main story will be back soon, okay? Besides, we're putting a lot of effort into this special, so I believe you're going to enjoy it, and this time will fly by. But there's one more announcement I need to make. We're going to change the way Dragon Ball Hakai videos are made here on the channel. Lately, we've been investing in longer chapters, averaging around 60 pages. We've been finishing the chapters and posting the videos here on the channel once a month. However, some people have been complaining that the story updates are taking too long and that they're even forgetting some details. So, we decided that it might be better to bring you weekly updates on the Dragon Ball Hakai chapters. At the same time, we still want to keep the chapters long because I believe that a bigger chapter makes for a better experience. So here's what we're going to do. We'll continue making large chapters, keeping the average length at 50 to 60 pages. However, for every 15 to 20 pages completed, we'll release a video updating you on the story. If you think about it, it's almost like following a weekly manga. From now on, we'll bring a Dragon Ball Hakai update every week, dividing the chapters into 3 smaller parts. Then, in the 4th week, we'll release the full chapter so that you can also enjoy the complete experience. I think this way works out well for everyone, right? Alright, so in this video, I'm going to tell you part 1 of chapter 1 of the story of Yamoshi, okay? Anyway, I think I've explained everything. So let's jump right into the story. Stay connected in the channel and let's go to the video. Hakai. Dragon Ball Hakai Special, the story of Yamoshi. Chapter 1, the first Vegeta. Our story begins with a great battle taking place. From the looks of the warriors fighting, it's clear that they're all Saiyans. We see Saiyan men, Saiyan women, Saiyans dressed in mysterious outfits, and even some Saiyans who appear to be larger and stronger than the average. It is said that over 1,000 years ago, the Saiyan race of Universe 7 lived on their home planet, known as planet Sadala. At that time, there wasn't a single empire ruling the planet. Instead, 4 great Saiyan kingdoms each controlled a portion of it. In the panels depicting the battle, we can get a rough idea of who these groups are. We see Saiyans who are much bigger than average, practically giants. We also see female warriors. Some Saiyans look more like the typical kind, and others wear outfits that cover more of their bodies. It seems like an all-out battle is raging between them, with each group fighting for itself. Returning to the narration, we learn that the Eastern Kingdom was made up of the Giant Clan, a lineage of enormous Saiyans known for their immense strength and durability, though their numbers were small. In other words, they were a powerful people, but very few of them existed. In the main story of Dragon Ball Hakai, we met a guy named Verdon, the Giant of the East. Verdon was clearly much larger than the average Saiyan, and it's said that he was a descendant of the Giant Clan. In fact, he was the last remaining descendant. King Vegeta also mentioned the Giant Clan when talking to Bardock, saying that they were incredibly powerful warriors. He even mocked Verdon, saying that he was clearly much weaker than the legends claimed the giants were. It looks like these giants we're seeing now were Verdon's ancestors, but Verdon probably wasn't a pure-blooded giant, especially since there didn't seem to be any of these giants left. He probably had a giant ancestor and manifested those genes more intensely, which is why he was bigger and stronger than the average Saiyan. Keep in mind that it's said Verdon was at the top of the power scale among low-class Saiyans, meaning he was much stronger than most warriors on the planet. However, King Vegeta mentioned that most giants were comparable to mid-class warriors, and it wasn't uncommon for some to reach the high-class level. That's why he considered Verdon so weak. So there's already a connection between this special story and the main one. But let's keep going. The Western Kingdom was composed entirely of female Saiyans who were highly skilled and deadly warriors. The Southern Kingdom was led by an infamous clan that, unlike the rest of the Saiyan race, used sorcery. Meanwhile, the Northern Kingdom was made up of warriors who weren't too different from the norm but possessed great honor and determination. And just a quick side note, it's also mentioned in Dragon Ball Hakai that in the past there were Saiyans who used sorcery. This comment definitely refers to the clan that led the Southern Kingdom. Additionally, it's stated here that they are infamous, meaning their practices weren't well regarded. Even King Vegeta himself, when talking to Goku in the main story, mentions that he despises that kind of thing. So, there's another connection here. Now moving on, the Eastern Kingdom, the Kingdom of Giants, was ruled by War Chief Brokkon, the Slayer of 1,000. This guy was known for his immense strength and resilience, as well as for an incredible feat, single-handedly facing and killing a troop of 1,000 enemies. In the middle of the battlefield, a silhouette emerges. This silhouette belongs to a fierce-looking woman holding the head of an opponent. This woman is Aspa, the Bloody Beauty. She is the war lady of the Western Kingdom, known for being a stunning yet lethal warrior, often having her body drenched in the blood of her enemies. Looks like this woman has a unique kind of skincare, huh? Aspa shows just how ruthless she is, proudly displaying her enemy's severed head like a true trophy. The Supreme Lord of the Southern Kingdom is the infamous Zukran, the Reaper, said to have taken countless lives with his treacherous spells. And now we see someone we already know well. While this guy is surrounded by enemies, it's stated that the Northern Kingdom is led by a newly appointed leader named Yamoshi, a prodigious warrior who, since taking the title of Protector of the North, has been leading his kingdom to victory in the war. That's because he possesses immense power and is also a great leader. Seeing himself surrounded, Yamoshi begins to scream, concentrating his power. As his ki explodes, the warriors encircling him are wiped out of existence and a massive ki explosion erupts. Right after that, a distinctive aura is seen surrounding Yamoshi, and now he also appears quite different. Both his eyes and his hair have taken on lighter tones. The leader of the Eastern Kingdom is War Chief Brokkon, the Slayer of 1,000. The leader of the Western Kingdom is War Lady Aspa, the Bloody Beauty. The leader of the Southern Kingdom is Supreme Lord Zukran, the Reaper. And the leader of the Northern Kingdom is Protector of the North Yamoshi, known as the Super Saiyan, unleashing his transformation, which has just multiplied his power dozens of times over. The Super Saiyan charges through the enemy troops, sending everyone flying. With a fierce gaze and a war cry, he prepares a punch, undoubtedly aiming at someone. Yamoshi's target is Brokkon, the Slayer of 1,000, who smirks and accepts the Northern leader's challenge, saying he wants to see the power of this so-called Super Saiyan. The two clash fists, generating a massive explosion of impact and energy across the battlefield. And the one who loses this struggle is the War Chief of the Giants, who is sent flying, now missing half of his arm, which was simply obliterated upon impact with Yamoshi's fist. Brokkon is immediately knocked out from the blow and is quickly attended to by his comrades, who are clearly both worried and frustrated, seeing their leader fallen and missing a part of his arm. As soon as Brokkon falls, Aspa rushes in to face Yamoshi. The War Lady of the Western Kingdom launches a flurry of attacks. She puts everything she has into her assault on the Super Saiyan, striking with all the strength, speed, skill, and precision she can muster. Even so, for Yamoshi, dodging Aspa's attacks seems like the easiest thing in the world. She realizes this and curses the situation. Yamoshi counters with a backhand slap, striking the Western leader in the face with the back of his hand. With just that simple blow, she's sent flying, already incapable of continuing the fight. Aspa's battle sisters are in shock, watching their leader be defeated so effortlessly. But the one who truly takes advantage of this opportunity is the Supreme Lord of the Southern Kingdom, Zukran, who uses his magic to ensnare Yamoshi with a magical bind that seems to cause him pain. Zukran thanks the Northern Protector for helping him deal with those two, who probably would have given him a lot of trouble. Now he's going to get rid of Yamoshi as well and win this war. But Yamoshi shows Zukran that underestimating the Super Saiyan is a big mistake. Raising his ki, he shatters the sorcerer's magical bind, completely shocking Zukran. Then, Yamoshi moves at a speed the southern leader can't keep up with, instantly appearing right in front of him with his hand pointed straight at his face, ready to blow Zukran's head off if necessary. Yamoshi tells Zukran that his magic is nothing against his power and orders him to surrender or die. The Reaper doesn't want to have his own life reaped today, so all he can do is lower his head and accept defeat, saying that he surrenders. Guys, this is part 1 of chapter 1 of Yamoshi's story. I really hope you enjoyed the chapter so far, and in the coming weeks, we'll be releasing part 2, part 3, and then the full chapter, alright? If you like this chapter so far, leave a like on the video. If you don't want to miss the next videos about Dragon Ball Hakai and Dragon Ball in general, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Also, don't forget to comment on what you think about this chapter and this new video format we're doing, telling Dragon Ball Hakai's story weekly instead of monthly. If you know someone who might like this story, share this video with them so more people can discover this project and help Dragon Ball Hakai continue. And if you want to directly support the production of the Dragon Ball Hakai manga and see the finished pages before anyone else, sign up for our Patreon. Click the link in the video description to learn more and see if you're interested, alright? That's it guys, a big hug for you all, I'm out.